5th, starting at 3 o'clock, becomes a marathon. The first show, I think, is at 4. We have WWE superstar Outback Jack in studio.
Hey-ho.
Thoughts on Outback Jack?
Cool, man, but he took a lot of shit in the locker room. Boy, oh boy, are you going to have some questions for him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Apparently, there were some real jerks towards our guest that day. Not good.
One thing I will say about Outback Jack, I didn't know he's blind.
What?
Yep.
I did not know that.
And I think he is an amputee also, which I didn't know, which is kind of crazy, right?
Right.
Right after that,
Oh, boy.
we've got co-host of In the Dungeon on the M&P channel,
There we go.
Kevin Sullivan in studio.
There we go.
Thoughts on having Kevin? And this might be, how many times have we had Kevin in studio?
I don't know at this point.
Well, we had him the one interview.
Right.
And then you had him here with Andrew Anderson, the Metal Maniac interview.
Right. The who?
Metal Maniac?
The who?
Yeah. And then after that, we've got Man Mountain Rock in studio.
Nice. Wow.
Any memories on Man Mountain Rock?
That's a great picture there.
That is a good picture.
Wow. Why does he look like a freaking Bray Wyatt way before Bray Wyatt?
Dude, that dude was a big guy, man.
I mean, look at that, though. Seriously, that picture.
And I heard that
like
guy
Bray
had
Wyatt.
a lot of heat in the back of the locker
Did
room.
he really? All right.
And then I know you're looking forward to this, brother. Dirty Dutch Mantel right after that. So these are back-to-back interviews.
This is great. This is Dutch Mantel I'm blown away by. The guy's a great
See, I'm so surprised that you're such a big Dutch Mantel guy, considering you never watched him really wrestle, right?
I mean, look, over the years, you got the tape libraries, you got YouTube. The internet allows you to watch a lot of shit. I'm actually more excited about his experiences in the business. I like listening to him talk.
Yeah.
He's a very knowledgeable man.
Very smart guy.
Very knowledgeable. And personally, I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I loved his work even as Zeb Coulter. This guy is very good at whatever he's asked to do.
And if that wasn't enough, dude, then we had Buddy Lee Parker.
Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to hear the stories about the WCW training camps. Oh boy. You know?
That guy has so much
does he look
influence.
like a Bob Backlund or what there? Ugh. Why couldn't Adonis still be alive if it had a double dip?
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine?
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine? Oh, my Lord. It's just,
May 5th, guys, please, get home from work early. Get in front of your computer. Put it on your TV. Make yourself a nice dinner.
I don't have a TV.
Pour yourself some bottles or glasses of wine.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Okay?
Yeah.
And sit back for 5 incredible interviews. None will be the same.
You know why none of them will be the same? Because in the first show, Mike Monty will start drinking.
Right.
In the second show, Mike Monty will be drinking.
Yes.
In the third show, Mike Monty will possibly be heading towards I've had too much drinking.
Yes.
By the fourth show, Pharaoh's back will be hurting from carrying Mike Monty because he was drinking.
What about the fifth
and
show?
the fifth show, Pharaoh's going to be so fucked up at that point that the fans are still going to think it was well, kind of like AEW. That was great no matter what.
Could it be?
We rock.
Before we go, could it be like
what
this?
a mess.
Buddy Lee. By the time Buddy Lee sits on the couch,
Yeah.
we're just like, what?
So tell us about that arm bar.
I know. You know what? Better yet,
left.
I'll put the speaker on and be like, Maria, take over the interview.
Maria will take over.
Maria,
for
you take
Pittsburgh.
over. We'll put you on the TV. You ask
That'd be
Buddy Lee
great.
everything. We'll just sit back.
And we can hook up to Phil. Phil could be like the neutral partner with Maria. Be great. He'll just ride the fence.
Hi, it's John from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to underthetablehotsauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. Underthetablehotsauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte Farrow, only seen here out of Indie Music TV. So we got a big bunch of upcoming shows coming up. But let's talk. I want to ask you about Boston wrestling, okay?
Why?
So, I don't know why I'm bringing it up because people say F Boston wrestling. So
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to play a little devil's advocate, right? So the big fat whale, right? He's been doing this a pretty
Every
long
week
time,
I
right? He's been
die.
doing it, what, 20 years, whatever?
I don't know. Is that
Can you help me, maybe?
Is that how long he's been doing
All right,
it?
so
Okay.
you've been around this a bit,
Yeah.
and you've
yeah.
said in some cases
little
it
bit.
soured you a little bit,
Sure.
right?
Sour anybody.
So do you think maybe BFW is just so soured? Every time something goes wrong, it's right. He has a right to like say what he says. You know, he always seems to have a problem, right? It's always some sort of a problem, and it's like
okay.
I'm trying to think like, why does he feel it necessary? Like his newest target's Jake the Snake.
What happened with him and Jake?
Well,
the Snake?
Jake was supposed to come to his 80s wrestling event or whatever else, and
So
Jake didn't show up. I think we discussed
He
it.
stranded him like a beached whale.
So he was on with Nord the Barbarian. I was watching it work the other day. I don't know what day it was.
All right.
I'm not watching, but listening to
right.
it. And, you know, then Nord's like talking about Jake and Jake not honoring. You know, I guess Nord goes wherever the wind blows.
Apparently
you
so.
Know what I mean?
That's what it sounds like, but who knows?
but-
Go ahead.
I'm not getting it.
Very interesting. Well, I think we were scheduled way back, I think, to have Jake, and something happened. I don't recall us going on the air and killing Jake the Snake Roberts.
Right.
Did we?
No.
Because shit happens in this business, you know. You gotta, being jaded is one thing. Being overly like reactive at this point to the shit that may not happen behind the scenes with wrestlers and stuff. I think we're pretty conditioned at this point. I don't think it's necessary for us to have to do what the Boston Whale apparently needs to do.
Well, here's like
If that's what he wants to do,
There's-
that's fine.
it's amazing the loyalty that some people have
Right?
to, or maybe it's just they're used to things, right?
Perhaps.
Again, that's fine.
yeah.
But like, I don't understand. Like, it's so like we were just talking about MJF and CM Punk, right? It's so clear where they're going with this, and obviously it's fake wrestling and they could change it, but it's pretty clear how they're going to play this angle. I don't understand how the people who support Boston wrestling do not call this guy on his bullshit. Like, he's doing an Indiegogo because he cannot afford to bring Marty Jannetty in. So he's asking the wonderful fans out there to pay the freight on Marty Jannetty so he could have them in studio and he could do signings and sell autographs.
Right.
He could get YouTube views. He could get Patreon views. But he doesn't have the money for that. He's asking the fans to pay for it. But he has no problem bringing in Demolition, bringing in... Patrick Rose says, F Boston Wrestling. I really mean it.
Listen.
You do, sir.
Listen, he is. Listen, look. Every wrestling fan has the right to decide what they find interesting to watch and what not to watch. For me, he is so cookie cutter. His manner of delivery is not organic in the least. There is nothing natural about him. He's not funny. He's not talented. He is a big, fat suck sponge. And when he doesn't get his way, if you've worked with him for years, he will throw you publicly under the bus. This guy, to me, is a steaming pile of microwavable shit. Are you happy? That's what I got to say about
A
him.
few things. Jay Will
right.
says Bob Orton Jr. would be nice to have on the show. We did have Bob Orton Jr.
Yes,
You
we
could
did.
Look it through the
He was wonderful.
archive. We're gonna
Phil
we're
would
gonna go
enjoy
through the
him. He
shows.
was very Switzerland.
Yeah, he was Switzerland.
I'm sorry, Phil. Love you, and you know I do.
Steph C says, don't forget, he's doing it for a while, wearing huge crosses to let everyone know he's a good religious man who would never do anything to screw anyone.
Oh, please.
Mitch Product says
Stop.
he did a
I
fundraiser
agree.
for Kamala years ago, and Kamala never got a dime.
Well, look, again, I can't prove it. If this is the story, well, that really sucked for Kamala now, didn't it?
And Maria says that's why I said he makes asses out of pro wrestlers.
Yeah,
I try not
look,
to. Seems
we enjoy
loose.
and poke fun at stuff, but we also poke fun at ourselves. We have a sense of humor, and we don't take this stuff like life or death. Okay, this guy is just a cardboard cookie cutout. He's so plastic, and then even when he's mad, I laugh. I'm like, "Puh, is this? Oh, he's mad. Where's the Scott Hall fingers? It's like, I don't know. There's nothing going on there for me. You know, I don't see original, brilliant programming. I don't see any kind of creativity. You know, I think his intro sucks.
PJ's asking when Doink was supposed to be on again. Doink was supposed to be on, but we had a snowstorm in New York.
Yeah.
So, but he will come on within the
Yeah,
next
we
couple
bought it.
of
We have
months.
a snowstorm.
Lou says
Oh, my
seems
God.
like Dan's got more bland and maybe more cunning in the years. Maria said that's why he makes asses out of pro wrestlers who have fallen on hard times.
Yep.
Stinger says, "Ouch."
Yep.
You know, it's
Yeah, and you know what, dude? Nothing personal, Dan. But you know what? I remember what started all this for me. What started all of this for me is that he's calling us motherfuckers and shit like that, and I'm like, yo, bro, you want to go with us? Look, good luck. Good luck to you. And it didn't turn out well for him. I don't give a fuck what anybody wants to distort. It turned out really bad for him.
I wasn't even going to bring him.
Shut your fucking pie hole.
I wasn't going to even bring him up, right?
Well,
but I got to
you got
tell
me
you.
going all over
well,
again.
speaking to Marty today
Sick of
kind of
these
stirred up
jackasses.
some stuff in me, right?
Right.
Because I thought to myself, like, why don't we do an Indiegogo to help maybe Marty with some medical expenses?
Sure.
Why? If we really
that's-
care,
if that's what Marty wants,
right? Yeah.
because you ask Marty, obviously, which
Right.
we would, and if Marty would want to do something like that, sure, absolutely.
Mitch, how are you, brother? Mitch Products, Mitch Seinfeld. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming.
And
Thanks
I
for coming
appreciate
as
you
always.
calling me a Christian earlier, but I will never run around and stand on a mountaintop and pretend I'm this, that, and the other thing. So I really agree with what that person wrote in earlier with the, the flaunting, doing the talking but not the walking,
All right, guys. So
It's really hard to do the walking, it's really hard. So.